All right, what you're looking at here is some output from an open source 3D data visualization tool I made in conjunction with some of my students. To briefly explain where the idea for this came from and why I think this is important, you got to understand Anscombe's Quartet. And that's a real famous data visualization example. It's 4 sets of 10 x and y values. And the idea is that if you do a normal stats analysis of the x and y sets from Anscombe's Quartet, they are the same. Same means, same correlations, all this kind of thing. But when you plot them the same way you'd plot x and y values in high school geometry or high school algebra, you realize that the 4 different data sets in Anscombe's Quartet are really different. Well, other mathematicians and statisticians have taken Anscombe's Quartet, which is just an example, and sort of proven that, there's lots of them. You can actually generate examples like Anscombe's Quartet, where a statistical analysis would say these numbers are the same, a visual analysis would say they're very different. And so the mathematician in me said, well, listen, if there is this sort of infinite number of these Anscombe's Quartet-like sets with x and y values that are very similar, visualization results that are very different, that there also has to be x, y, z sets that display similar behavior. So what you're seeing here is a visualization of the 200 all-time best-selling video games in the United States. The higher spheres represent games that sold better than games that are below them. And if we kind of scan across, you're going to see these horizontal columns because the x-axis represents console system. If we turn the visualization to its side and we look at it on the z-axis, the spheres are arranged based on year of release. The size of each sphere is based on total sales, and the color of each sphere is based on publisher. Certainly there are other tools out there that do 3D visualization of data, but there's a couple of reasons I like mine. First, it's open source, it's free, anyone can use it anywhere for anything, and it runs on any platform, Mac, Windows, Linux. The second reason is, and the more important reason to me, is that this actually gives you 3D output that a 3D modeler would like. A lot of the times when you're dealing with a 3D data visualization, your data is trapped in their system. Essentially that visualization, it might export a JPEG or it might export a PDF, but probably it's not going to export a 3D model that you can texture, manipulate, light, animate the same way you would any 3D model. That's the big difference here. And so for me, as someone who enjoys 3D animation, I've been doing it for a long time, it just gives me more control and more power for no cost. And so anyways, if you're interested in using it or checking it out or playing with it in Blender, please download the zip files with the code and the other pieces from my website. Thanks.